Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the YouTube channel. We've had like a crazy month or month and a half with growth here on the YouTube channel as well as my Instagram. And I know that there's a ton of new people to horses and to team roping. So I put up a question sticker here on YouTube and on Instagram and just said, if anybody has any horse questions, any team roping questions, to let me know. And that's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna answer some of your questions. The very first question is, how long did it take you to win your first buckle? I went to a beginner's roping, like a true beginner's roping, I think my third or fourth month into roping. And it was literally for beginners that hadn't won anything, had just started. It was like a very, very beginning roping. And I think I took like second or third and we got a buckle for that. So 3 or 4 months in, but that was, like I said, for just a very, very basic beginner roping. The next question is, have you ever tried heeling? Not really. I know that I've gone down the pin a few times when buddies were roping and just needed somebody to kind of track, but I don't know, maybe I'll get into heeling at some point, but for right now, it's just not my thing. I'm focusing on heading. The next question is, how do I get to rope with you? The easy answer is just come to a jackpot that I go to. I go to a bunch of them around Texas. So if you go to any jackpots or any big ropings, you'll probably see me there and we can rope together. Go on. This next question is a question that I get all the time, and it is, what age did you start roping and riding? So I get this question, and then I get, am I too old to rope or to ride? And they're both very, very simple. You're never too old to rope, and you're never too old to ride. I started riding when I was younger, but I never owned my own horse. I always, borrowed a horse or just, and it was never for roping. It was literally just for riding. But I didn't buy my own horse until I was 25, and I didn't start roping until I was 25. I know plenty of people that have started way later than that, like in their 40s, 50s, late 50s, and they're good ropers. So you're never too old to rope. You're never too old to ride. Just get started. The next question is, how often do I get to team roping horseback? Which I'm assuming means how many times a week do I get to actually rope on a horse, live cattle, full contact, that sort of thing. Right now it's not very often. During the spring and summer months, maybe a couple times a week. I'm trying to work out if I can actually get my own steers at the arena that we're leasing. And if I can do that, then it'll probably be maybe once a week, maybe twice at the most, just because I've only got one horse and he can't take that many runs. He's a little bit older now, so you can't put that many runs on him. So, I would say once a week comfortably. Bro, you've been rolling in the hay? Come on, man. Moving right along, next question is real world catch percentage from where your starting point is to where you're at now. When I first started, it was not good. Like out of 10 steers, maybe I caught 2 or 3. Right now, if I have consistent practice and am really going hard at it, roping the dummy, roping the sled, roping live cattle, it's really hard to say because it's always changing and it's always different, but I would say probably 8 out of 10, 80%. Like I said, that always changes, and there could be a day that I go to a jackpot or something and I miss 4 out of 10. I mean, you just never really know. So I try to say probably 70 to 80%. What do y'all want? There's nothing in here for you. Go on, go on. This isn't for you. Silly dogs. They were inside all weekend. Maddie and I were at a wedding out of town, and so they were just like buzzing to get out of the house. you got this whole place to run. Go ahead. Silly. Somebody put in the comments that I should heel off of Blue. I actually have heeled off Blue. I don't think I've heeled any roping steers, but we've heeled some in the pasture, helping my buddy Brent doctor cattle, and then I've heeled quite a bit on the dummy on him, just kind of messing around, just trying to get his mind freed up and just having a little bit of fun. Next question. Are you gonna start some colts sometime in the future? Absolutely, and you'll see plenty of that on this channel. So the next question is one that is pretty near and dear to my heart, and it's something that if you rope enough, you're gonna kind of come into this question, you're gonna have this problem eventually. It's best advice to get a horse quiet in the box, and that was something that Blue and I worked on a lot, and there's a ton of ways that people go about this, and everybody has their own deal. I would say the long and the short of it is to make that box the easy place, make it the happy place for these horses. What I did with Blue is I went in there and just stood a lot. I just stood in there, let him catch his breath in there. I unsaddled in there. I took, I loosened his cinch up and kind of let him just rest in there. I spent a lot of time just loping circles in the arena and then just walking into the box and hanging out. But you've got to make that place not such an anxiety-filled and anxiety pressure situation. It's a really tough thing to say because every horse is different, every situation is different. But what I would say to this question, to answer it very honestly, is just if you have a horse that is having some issues in the box, I would say go and talk to a pro. Go and talk to somebody that has seen this many, many times before. I've only dealt with it on Blue and then a couple other horses that I was just riding. But as far as owning a horse that had some, trouble in the box, Blue's been the only one. And so what I would say is go and talk to a professional and have them help you out on your specific horse with your specific situation. I'm not answering a question. I'm looking at the weather to see how cold it's going to get tonight. I think I need to go ahead and probably blanket. So the next question is, do I plan on getting another saddle? And the answer is absolutely yes. There's a few things in life that I would love to collect, and saddles and bits are two of them. But really the kind of question is what saddle? There's really a bunch of great saddle makers out there. You've got the ones that everybody knows, like Cactus and Coats and Double J and True Saddlery and a bunch of these other ones. And then you've got some that aren't so well known or kind of out there in the public perception. And so really it's just, what do you want? What are you going to use it for? And then is there somebody out there that can make that for you? So absolutely. You get out of his grain. Go on. He always wants to come over and eat Blue's grain. Blue needs it more than he does. Okay, I'm gonna get these horses blanketed real quick and then I'll get back to questions. So this final question is a good one. How important is it to condition yourself for a roping, and what are some of your routines when doing so? I am a huge runner. I love to run, and I think running is a good way to not only be physically in shape, but mentally in shape as well. And I think sometimes that is, for me, my hardest thing going through a roping is not so much the physical, but the mental, right? Trying to stay in a roping for, the couple hours that it might be. So I love running, and then as far as like at the actual roping, I really love to rope the dummy a lot, just to kind of get your body going. I felt that I've always done much better when I take my dummy and I actually rope quite a bit in the parking lot beforehand, and then I get a good stretch in before I rope. Those are probably the two biggest things for me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that does it for our Q&A session. If you have more horsemanship, horse ownership, team roping questions, let me know in the comment section below. Either I'll answer it or somebody in the comment section will. All right, you guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.